Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, children. We are in ratio analysis, exercise problem number 18. Okay, and unit 9. So we are in unit 9, ratio analysis. Right? We are in 18th problem. So from the following trading activities of Jones Limited, calculate gross profit ratio, net profit, operating cost and operating profit ratio. Right. So first thing you have to find out is your gross profit ratio. Now how to find out the gross profit ratio? So gross profit is equal to gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit divided by revenue from operations into 100. Right. Now already revenue from operations they have given you 4 lakhs is your revenue from operations. Here your revenue from operation is 4 lakhs. Right. So let us enter that first. Revenue from operations 4 lakhs into 100. We have to find out gross profit. Okay, gross profit. So what is gross profit? Gross profit is nothing but revenue from operations minus cost of revenue from operations. So revenue from operations is how much? 4 lakhs minus cost of revenue. You have to find out what is cost of revenue. So cost of revenue is purchase of stock plus change in inventories plus your direct expense. Fine. Now let us see what is our purchase here. Purchase of stock. See, a purchase of stock is nothing but 2 lakh. You have 2 lakh 10,000. Change in inventories you have 30,000. Search for any direct expense, it's not there. So totally 2 lakh 40,000. So that is 2 lakh 40,000. Right. So how do we get 2 lakh 10,000 plus 30,000? Okay. Now that you have cost of revenue 2 lakh 40,000. So balance is how much? 1 lakh 60,000. Difference between 4 lakhs and 2 lakh 40,000 is 6 lakh. So now that you know your gross profit, what is your gross profit? 1 lakh and 60,000. Okay, you can cancel it. 4 and 4 cancel. 0 cancel. We'll go here 4 times. So the answer is 40%. Right? Okay. So we have completed the first part. Now you have one more part. What is that? Second part. There was a second part, that is your net profit ratio. Right? Your net profit ratio is how much? Net profit ratio. Net profit after tax divided by revenue from operations into 100. Right? So what is your net profit? Revenue from operations, we already know it is there in the problem. Right? So revenue from operation is 4 lakhs. So what is your net profit here? 80,000. Revenue before tax. Let us assume that there's no tax. So 80,000. So 80,000 divided by 4 lakhs into 100. So 4 zeros here, 0 cancel, here 2 times, so that is 20%. And net profit ratio, third one, operating profit ratio. What is the formula for operating cost ratio? Operating cost ratio we'll finish off first, then we'll come to operating profit ratio. So first let us calculate operating cost ratio. Okay, so operating cost divided by revenue from operation into 100. So how to find out revenue from operation? So you know it is here, it's there in the problem. It is 4 lakhs into 100. Now what is operating cost? Operating cost. So operating cost is nothing but cost of revenue from operations minus or plus operating expense. Okay, not minus operating expense. And now what is already you have found out cost of revenue from operations here in the first part itself. That is your 2,40,000, right? So cost of revenue from operation is 2,40,000. And what is your operating expense? Operating expense is 60,000. Okay, admin and selling expense. Alright, so your cost of revenue from operation is 2,40,000 plus 60,000 is your operating expense. Right? So that comes to rupees 3 lakhs. Your operating cost is 3 lakhs. So now that you have calculated your operating cost, so it should not be difficult for you now. So 300 divided by 4. So 4 will go here 7 times. So 75. Right? So your operating cost is 75. So when you have found out operating cost ratio, your operating profit ratio should be what? So there is an alternative method. No, I told you. Alternative method I taught you previously. Operating profit ratio is equal to 100 minus operating cost ratio. So how much is that? 100 minus 75. So that is 25. So your operating ratio is 25. Okay. So we just calculated and get this. Now let us see how to calculate operating profit ratio. I'll show you how to calculate operating profit ratio. Okay. So operating profit ratio is equal to, what is the formula for operating profit ratio? Operating profit divided by revenue from operations, right? Now to find out operating profit, revenue from operations minus operating cost. Revenue from operation we already know it is 4 lakhs. What is your operating cost? Your operating cost, OC. Operating cost, so we already know, no? Previously we calculated our operating cost 3 lakhs. Here our operating cost is 3 lakhs. So 3 lakhs. So 4 lakhs minus 3 lakhs. So that gives you rupees 1 lakh. 1 lakh is your operating profit. Right? So now let us calculate the ratio 1 lakh divided by revenue from operations 4 lakhs into 100. So 100 divided by 4. So that is 2, 25%, right? So we got 25%. We already derived at 25% shortcut method, right? Okay, thank you children. I hope you understood the problem. Okay, see you in the next class.